Alright, so Chapter 3 Season 2 is coming to an end in just 2 days, and I thought I'd go ahead and review the season and give it a rating based on, what I thought about the season. You can't really review a season or rate a season in the first day or the first week that it comes out because stuff is constantly changing. This season, we got stuff pretty much every week, or at least some items that haven't been seen in a while come back. So the gameplay was constantly changing. Whether it was that significant or not, I don't know. It's up for you to decide. And we'll go ahead and recap the season. Season 2 launch, we saw the introduction of the no build mode. Now, there was no other core mode with building in it. There was still arena, so you could still play arena with building, and that has the siphon and the material, all the tournament changes in there. But the core solo, duo, trio, squads mode all removed building. Now, this was very weird, and I never thought that it would work out as well as it did. The map isn't made for no build, but this season they actually added a lot of zip lines around the map to help that, and they added the new mechanics. We got the tactical sprint, which I don't see them removing a mechanic, but I hope they never remove it because now I'm just too used to sprinting and moving faster. We also got the mantle / climbing ability. That worked out really well. That's in a lot of shooter games, so I'm glad we finally got that in Fortnite. And then we also had the overshield mechanic, which was just for the no build modes, but at the time the core modes had no building, so it was in all the core modes. And I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, yeah, it's good. If you get shot from behind, you can't build to defend yourself, so at least your shield is gonna recharge over time. I don't know, it can be kind of annoying. Like, you have to hit people a lot more. If you hit someone twice with an AR from long range, they're just gonna hide, regain their shield, you shoot them again. It can go on forever. I always thought that the normal white or green health should recharge, at least up to a certain point, maybe not up to 100, but should just recharge to some point. But overshield, it wasn't terrible. I think it worked well. We also saw Tilted Town in the past in Season 10, and I did like landing there sometimes. That one zone on the map had no building, and I don't think it worked out as well as the no build mode because the new mechanics that were added this season really made no build work very well. Also, you couldn't break anything in Tilted Town, which was kind of annoying. As for the other map changes, we have blimps added all over to a bunch of places, and they were exactly the same pretty much. I mean, they did this before, like with the crash sites. I personally didn't like the blimps that much, but even if I did, it would still be pretty lazy for like the main map changes to just be the same thing, copy and pasted all over the map. Like, they should have made them at least a little different, and I think that would have been cooler. But they ended up crashing anyway, so it didn't really matter in the end. Covert Cavern, aka New Grotto, got upgraded, and alongside the new blimp, also had a bunch of stuff added onto the top of the mountain. I thought it was a pretty good addition to the place. We also had the Fortress, which was just a giant drill. I don't know how that's enough to justify a whole named location for it, and the place was pretty bad, so yeah, I don't know how I feel about the place. Really don't care if it gets removed next season. I think it would have been cool if it actually moved around the map. Maybe we'll see that next season, but who knows. We also had Synapse Station, which was put in the desert biome, and that was actually an area that I thought a named location would work really well in. Is it the best named location? No, but it has a decent amount of loot. It also has rifts right next to it, so you can get into zone pretty easily. I think it's a fine addition. I think Season 2, maybe even 3, like, they shouldn't change the map that much. They should only add places where it makes sense for them, like in an empty area, and I thought that area of the desert needed something there. The tanks, I was not a fan of them at all on the first day because it's hopping into no build mode, and they don't explain anything to you. Like, there's kind of patch notes now, but they're not as detailed as they were before, and it really didn't tell you anything about how to fight these tanks. So when I'm getting shot at by a tank from a long distance and it has like over 2,000 health, I don't know that you can shoot the hatch in the front of the tank to make it open so I can shoot the person driving it. I also don't know that you can shoot the back of the tank to disable it temporarily. I'm just sitting there like, if you can't build, there's literally no way to defeat this thing. So that was kind of annoying, but they weren't like terrible. Hopefully they're gone next season because I don't want to deal with them anymore. We got a new burst red dot AR, and it was really good. The MK7 was removed, so I guess this was a replacement. I'd say it's actually better. We did get the MK7 back later through a vote, and honestly, when it comes to like rarity wise, like gold burst versus gold MK or a gray burst versus gray MK, I'm picking the burst 10 times out of 10. Like, it's just better. So the drum shotgun not only come back to the game, but buffed and with new rarities, and holy shit, this gun was so annoying. I didn't use it for like most of the season. Up until the last like 2 weeks, I just never picked it up. I remember it being a bad gun back when it was in the game, and it just wasn't that fun to use, so I didn't use it that much. But now it's probably gonna get removed next season, so I'm gonna try to abuse it as much as I can. And the new combat SMG, that gun was just insane. Like, we had the Stinger SMG last season, now we have this new combat SMG that has not only more damage, I have this combat SMG that does way more damage and is faster than the Stinger. It did get a slight damage nerf at some point in the season, but it's still an insane weapon, and it does have recoil, but like, that's not hard to control at all. Shockwaves came back, that's always a great addition, love to see that. And we had the Cowcatcher vehicle mod, which honestly made using vehicles for the most part pretty annoying unless they had a Cowcatcher on it, because I'm constantly just ramming into builds, expecting them to break, and when you don't have that or can't find it, it's just kind of annoying. I really do miss like some of the old Chapter 1 vehicles, bro. Like the Quad Crasher that got removed this season for some reason, for no reason, I'd say. That had, you know, pretty much the same mechanic on it, except, you know, you could break builds when you boost with it. And now it's just gone. Now you have to find the attachment and put it on a car. Like, it's just so annoying. Spider-Man Mythic was vaulted, but the spider webs were still on the map and the Daily Bugle was still there. I actually thought it'd be a pretty obvious opportunity to replace Daily Bugle with Doctor Strange Sanctum, but I guess not. And hopefully it does get replaced by Fortress Vader next season. I think that makes a lot of sense in that volcano area. Add some lava, add Fortress Vader. No spoilers for Obi-Wan's show, but I think it would make sense. And as I said, along with the Quad Crashers getting vaulted for no reason, some of my favorite items in the game were added last season. The new heavy shotgun I really liked. The machine pistol, I thought it was pretty good. The pizza was, I think, one of the best heals we've had in a long time, and it was just all removed for no reason. I mean, the heavy and the machine pistol I kind of get, like they ended up adding a new shotgun later, and we did get the new combat SMG as a new SMG, but like, pizza? Why? Like, we didn't get another healing item. What was the point of removing that? I have no clue. As for the battle pass, I thought it was pretty bad. Like, the Origin, when you have his blue armor on, is pretty cool. It's like a vibrant blue. I really like that color. Prowler he's okay. It's a decent design. The rest of it, I mean, I thought the other skins were pretty bad. Even Doctor Strange, like, I watched the new Doctor Strange movies. Like, I think he looks cool, but I don't want to play as him in Fortnite. Like, that cape is just massive, bro. So I thought it was a pretty bad battle pass, honestly. Pretty shortly after the season launched, we had the option to fund a battle bus, which was basically just a bigger car that comes with the vehicle mods on it and has turrets on the top. And I liked it, man. I thought it played out pretty fun. The turrets were a little annoying, but I like the fact that there's vehicles spawning with the mods on them, so you don't have to find them. Like in the Chonkers Speedway area, the cars spawn with tires on them. I think that's a really cool idea. We got the Anvil rocket launcher, which I don't really care for this weapon. I don't think it's OP. I don't think it's underpowered. I think it serves its purpose fine. It's supposed to just, you know, deal explosive damage to vehicles. But you know the one problem I do have? I get this gun out of like every single chest, bro. Every supply drop, every like one of those IO chests. Dude, this gun spawns way too much. So they either gotta lower the spawn rate or remove it next season. Hopefully remove it next season, because I never use this gun. I don't know anyone who ever uses this gun. Maybe it's good to have in squad modes where you can kind of forfeit an item slot. 1 out of 4 people can carry this rocket launcher and use it when they come across vehicles, but I mean, for solo, duo, even trio, I just don't think it's useful at all. Something I didn't even mention with the no build mode, that meant that if you couldn't build anything, you couldn't place any traps. So the armored wall and the launch pad were technically vaulted, but they came back once we got the permanent normal modes with the addition of no build being a separate thing. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be permanent forever, which I think is cool. It's nice to have. Probably going to play build mode solo just so I don't completely lose my skill, and I think builds are just nice to have to defend yourself, and they allow you to completely change a fight around. But when you want a more relaxed experience and more even fight, probably no build is the way to go if you're playing with friends. I'll probably play no build in duo, trio, squads, but if I'm by myself, definitely build mode in solo. We had the heavy sniper come back with also a new blue version for some reason, but this gun headshot got nerfed so much. Explain to me how A 50 cal bullet through your skull does not instantly kill you. Not only that, it does the same headshot damage, the gold heavy sniper. It either does the same or maybe even one less headshot damage as the other gold sniper that's in the game. And if you're playing on no build mode, think of it like this. I think the gold heavy sniper headshot is 198. You shoot someone who has full health, full shield, and they have the overshield. So they're left on 52 health, then their overshield recharges and they're on 102. You shoot someone in the head with the sniper and they will be on 102 health. That is ridiculous. I mean, I never really liked the heavy sniper. I always thought it was overpowered, but the headshot nerf was just so unnecessary. As I said before, we also had the MK7 come back. I didn't really care because we already had the burst, but I guess it was fine to have. I'd rather have the combat AR. It lost a vote to the combat. They tweaked the combat's accuracy and it shot really well. As if you're firing in bursts and not just holding down, you're firing in bursts, you're controlling the recoil. It was actually really good. And since they nerfed the MK, I think the combat actually does more damage. We later saw the jetpacks return, which they were fine. I never really liked them, but now you can ADS while floating midair, so I guess that was cool. Having a jetpack pretty much means there's no fall damage, so I guess that's cool, but yeah, I didn't really like them that much or care for them. They were just kind of whatever. And they only spawned in the blimps, which crashed. Now, I think there might actually be jetpacks spawning at the new place, the Collider, but we'll talk about that place later. Also saw the Easter items get unvaulted, and holy shit, they were so bad. Like, the egg launcher is terrible. I don't know why Epic has to nerf everything that comes back. I don't even think it got nerfed this time. I think they were already nerfed from the last time they were in the game. But yeah, they were really bad. We then got the new Ranger shotgun, which was pretty cool. I like the idea of it, just one shot reload, long range. I think it was pretty good. Did it work as a replacement to the heavy shotgun? I don't know. They were both long range guns, but I'd rather have the heavy and not have to reload after every shot. We also had the Clombos and the Clomberries vaulted in the beginning of the season, but they brought back the Clomberries, but not the Clombo. I don't know. Then we got the LMG coming back with new versions of it, and it was pretty much not the same gun. I think they changed the damage. I think they changed the fire rate, the reload, the clip size. So it was pretty much an entirely different gun. I don't understand what the point of bringing it back was. Just make a new gun, give it a new name, a new model, and there you go. Even the sound effects of the LMG were changed, so they really could have just made a new gun. I don't know why they chose to nerf the LMG and bring it back, but it was back. It was okay, but the fire rate was slower than the Combat SMG, and the Combat SMG was just absolutely insane. So I'm not picking up an LMG over a Combat SMG. I'm gonna vote in between the Rift to Go and the Boogie Bomb. I don't really care for the Boogie Bomb. I think it's like a fun item that should be in the game, but when it comes down to it, I'm never gonna really use it unless it's the first minute of the game and I have room in my inventory and I could use it like in an early game fight. Other than that, I'm not gonna carry them to the end of the game. I think it should just be in the game, not something you have to vote for. But when it comes down to it, I'd rather have the Rift to Go. I'm glad that ended up winning. It's more useful. The only thing is they changed it so that when you use the Rift to Go, you can't pick up another item right before you teleport away. So I don't know how I feel about it now, but it's good to have. They brought back Star Wars stuff. I'm a big Star Wars fan, but if I'm being honest, the blaster was really bad. And the lightsabers, I don't think they got nerfed, but just in this new meta, they were not nearly as good as they used to be. So that kind of sucked, and I'd rather have them just add a lightsaber pickaxe instead of these weapons. If that means that we can never get the weapons back again, I would not care at all. I'd rather have a pickaxe I can use any day of the year over lightsabers you can only use at one point for May 4th or for any other Star Wars collab. And I also don't see why we can't have both. Like, if someone's using a lightsaber pickaxe and you're like, wow, is that a pickaxe or the weapon? Maybe you could just try shooting at them and then you'll find out if it's the pickaxe. Like, I don't understand how it would really be confusing at all. The same update, they also changed like every shotgun in the game, even the ones that were vaulted and in creative. They changed pretty much every shotgun. They pretty much buffed the body shot damage on a lot of shotguns and added a max headshot damage. So I think the gold pump does like 185 headshot, which is kind of weird. I don't even think the gold or purple pump should be in the game, but I hope we do get the blue and green ones back at some point. I like the normal pump way better than the striker. we'll probably get a new shotgun meta next season, hopefully. We also got the helicopters back, and in normal epic fashion, they were nerfed, and you now need to put gas in them. Yes, you need to fuel a helicopter. Does it make sense? Yeah, I guess. Is it fun? No, not at all. Then there was this one update where we got a bunch of stuff. We got the airstrike, flintlock, and hunting rifles back. But the thing was, first of all, the hunting rifles were nerfed again. It looks like we're never gonna get one-shot headshot, whether that's with shotguns or snipers, because the hunting rifle headshots were nerfed as well. But the flintlock and hunting rifle unvaults were only for 1 week. I don't like how they do this at the end of the season. It's like, what's the point of bringing back a weapon if it's just for 1 week? The season's gonna end in a few weeks anyway, so just keep it in for until the end of the season and then vault it. You don't have to just keep it in for 1 week. I don't get how that makes sense. These are fun items that I think should always be in the game, so it's kind of annoying, but I mean, it was fun having them for that 1 week. The week after that, we got sideways weapons back, which the sideways rifle was actually pretty good. It wasn't that good when it got added, but I think later in the season it got buffed, so when it came back this season, it was pretty good. We also had another vote between balloons and shield bubbles, and people picked balloons. Like, why? Balloons can be fun, man. Like, I used to use them all the time back when they were in the game, but over shield bubbles were one of the best items added, and they would be absolutely perfect for no build mode as cover. So I don't understand why people pick balloons, but whatever. Then the week after, when the sideways stuff was removed, we got the railgun and recon scanner, and holy shit, that was one of the worst weeks ever. I don't ever remember the railgun being that annoying back when it was in the game, but I guess since we haven't had it for a while and people knew it was only going to be in the game for this 1 week, everyone was using it, and that really sucked. As far as the map went throughout the season, we had a bunch of blimps crash, which kind of sucked. Like, what was the point of adding them just to remove them? And the areas where they did crash were really underwhelming. Like, how does a blimp this big crash on the map and just, you know, have these tiny scraps on the floor? Like, I don't understand. We also had tilted destroyed for no reason. It was, you know, there was supposedly some fight going on between the IO and 7, but this happened at every other location with the blimp, and tilted was the only one to be destroyed. Like, I don't get it. It's just, stop messing with tilted, man. It's just a good place. It should just be on the map, but it's pretty fucked for the most part now, and it'll probably be replaced next season. If it's not, I don't know. As for skins throughout the season, as I said, the battle pass was pretty bad for, you know, other like item shop skins. They were like okay. I'll probably do another video ranking all the skins we got throughout the season, but the ones that really stuck out to me were, for the most part, Obi-Wan, definitely, that was sick. Moon Knight, Scarlet Witch, Omega Knight, like those ones were cool. And can I just say, they gave Obi-Wan a kitchen knife instead of a lightsaber. That's just outrageous. And that's pretty much it for the whole season. Now, we do have a live event, but I don't think a live event is really going to affect how I feel about a season. Like, a 10-minute one-time live event at the end of the season does not change how I felt about the minute-to-minute gameplay over the last 2 months. So it could be the best live event ever, still not going to change how I feel about the season. I'd give this season probably a 7.5 out of 10. Like, I thought it was okay. I thought the loot pool could have been more interesting. The blimps, they either didn't need to crash or should have had way more significant crashes on the map. And, you know, that would have been cool to see, but we didn't get that. But we did get some of the best new features we've had in a while. The tack sprint and the mantle, those are going to change the games forever. And I really like how the mechanics played out. That's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.